From Wish TV and the All Indiana Podcast Network, this is the Business, Equity, and Opportunities Podcast with Scott Sander.
Welcome to the Business, Equity, and Opportunities Podcast. I'm Scott Sander. On this episode, we look at the many benefits that can come with being certified as a minority or women-owned business and just how you qualify. This week in business, we visit the Indiana State Fair and find out how local small businesses are benefiting. And Ashley Scott Martin, a local whiz in marketing, public relations, and personal branding, shares the story of her own personal success.
Every business is unique and has a target audience. If you own or manage a business, Circulus Digital Media can help you connect and grow your customer base with turnkey digital solutions that are nimble, offering best-in-class results, service, and support to reach a bigger customer base, allowing you to pinpoint a specific audience down to the smallest details. Get outside the city, the state, span the globe. Put Circulus Digital Media to work for you. Get started now at circulusdigital.com. That's circulusdigital.com.
My dad works in B2B marketing. He came by my school for career day and said he was a big ROAS man. Then he told everyone how much he loved calculating his return on ad spend. My friends still laugh at me to this day.
Not everyone gets B2B, but with LinkedIn, you'll be able to reach people who do. Get a $100 credit on your next ad campaign. Go to linkedin.com/results to claim your credit. That's linkedin.com/results. Terms and conditions apply. LinkedIn, the place to be, to be.
We begin with our first topic, getting started. Each week this segment focuses on the planning and preparation you need to consider from the very beginning to get your business started on a path for success. Today we look at the many benefits that can come with being certified as a minority or women-owned business and just how you qualify.
This is Business, Equity, and Opportunities. Getting started.
David Fredericks, the director of the Office of Minority and Women Business Development, explains what it means to be certified and why having proper certification can mean big opportunities for your company.
The Office of Minority and Women Business Development was established in 1987. Our office is the certifying entity for the city of Indianapolis. So if you are a minority, women, veteran, or disabled-owned business enterprise, and you want to be certified by the city of Indianapolis in order to participate in city-funded opportunities as well as city-supported opportunities, then our office is where you would come to get that certification. Any business that is domiciled and headquartered here in the state of Indiana is able to be certified with us. We do require that businesses be in business for at least 2 years, but if there is a particular business that is in a specific industry or they have an immediate opportunity, we do have a waiver process that they can apply for to not have to worry about the 2 years of business. But primarily, as long as your business is headquartered and domiciled here in the state of Indiana, and you fit into one of those categories, whether minority, women, veteran, or disabled-owned business enterprise, then you can get certified through our office. We are a big supporter of Indiana businesses first, and so we are trying our best to engage with as many diverse businesses in Indiana, specifically Indianapolis, but we also know that there are some businesses outside of Indiana that want to do business in the city of Indianapolis. So our job is to assist them to get certified, but then also, like I said, to learn how to navigate the processes of doing business with the city, doing business with the state, and then doing businesses with some of the other agencies and entities that report to the city. On our website, we have a list of all of our certified diverse companies. Right now, we have over 800 certified companies in the city of Indianapolis. And so we constantly update that list. We actually update it on a monthly basis. And that list is there for public consumption. So if you are a business owner or an individual looking to support minority and diverse businesses, you can go to that website and pull up the list and see the companies, and you can search based on industry. If you're looking for a minority-owned business or a women-owned business or veteran and so forth, you can search through all those different mechanisms to identify business. But that list is there for the public to be able to utilize, and we hope that they reach out to some of those businesses as well. And also the other businesses. I mean, that's one of the things that we push is B2B business to business, where we have a lot of diverse businesses who do business with other diverse businesses, and that's a good way for someone who's a small business to start off and to hopefully help them grow. Because a lot of people think that you have to pay to be certified. There is no fee to be certified with the City of Indianapolis. If you ever run into someone or someone tells you that you have to pay a fee to be certified, then you may want to speak to someone else, and that's why we tell folks to reach out to us directly. Your certification is good for 3 years, so you have to apply for recertification every 3 years. We generally will reach out to companies usually about 90 days before their certification is set to expire, and we just say, hey, just a reminder, your certification is set to expire, and then you probably will get another reminder as you get closer to that 30-day window, so to speak. But yeah, certification is good for 3 years, and then you have to recertify. We work with businesses that everything from that brand new mom and pop shop where, you know, they just opened up a small business, all the way to companies that are multi-million-dollar businesses. And so we provide services that sort of run the gamut for those businesses. Some folks need everything. They're coming in the door, they just started their business. We get them certified, but then we help them with those other pieces of the puzzle to make them successful. Other businesses come in and they've been established and running for 15, 20 years. They just want to make sure that their certification is good, and if we can do any introductions and connect them to the right people. So there are a lot of things that we can offer to businesses in different sizes and different scopes. There's going to be a lot of opportunities coming through the city over the next 3 to 4 years. We have a lot of federal dollars that are going to be hitting the city. So we're encouraging folks to get certified with us now, so that they can be in that process and be a part of those conversations. Certification in our office can take up to 90 days. We don't run close to 90 days. We're actually, more about 60 days, but we want folks to get certified early before they need it. One of the things we see a lot of is folks who are putting on a bid, or they may be asked to put in a bid on a project and they're not certified. And that contractor says to them, well, we need you to get certified. So then they rush to us to do a certification, and we don't do expedited certification process. So, depending on where you fall in line, you could be waiting that 90 days to get certified. And so that's why we tell folks, sort of think from a strategic standpoint, what business opportunities am I going to be going for over the next, say, 12 months? And if any of those are projects where certification is required, or there's a diversity goal, you want to make sure that you've came in and done your certification. And that not only stands for new certification, but also recertification as well, because we have a lot of companies that are currently certified with us, and they have to be recertified every 3 years. They also have to do that in a timely manner as well. Certification for diverse businesses is extremely important. So one of the questions we often get is, why do I need to get certified? Couple of things. One, it serves as evidence to not only the city, but also to the business community as a whole, that you are serious as a business owner. You've been vetted and certified that your business does what it is you say that you do, that you have the capabilities and the resources to be able to complete a job on time. And so certification is keenly important. Here in Indianapolis now, as with any other city in the U.S., has been grappling with diversity and equity. For us, the mayor's office on down to our office is totally committed to making sure that we're creating equitable opportunities for all businesses. And so making sure that diverse companies are certified is a key to that, because like I said, we're only able to work with those companies that are certified through our office. And so that's one reason why it's important. Plus, it also helps to diversify the fabric of Indianapolis. Indianapolis has some phenomenal people of all different racial and ethnic backgrounds, and we're continuing to welcome new people to Indianapolis who are bringing their resources and talents. And a lot of them are starting up new businesses. And so we want to engage with those individuals as much as possible and let them know that our office is here as a resource, and we want to help them to grow and then hopefully, settle down and establish an economic foothold in the city of Indianapolis.
August in Indiana equals State Fair time. The historic fairgrounds first opened back in 1892. It's been home to the State Fair since then. It's also, increasingly, a place to find a variety of small homegrown businesses.
This is Business, Equity, and Opportunities. This Week in Business.
The Indiana State Fair, underway this week at the fairgrounds, offers many opportunities to sample and support a variety of local businesses. We caught up with Executive Director for the Indiana State Fair Commission, Cindy Hoye, to find out more in This Week in Business.
Terrific. I mean, we are under construction with the Indiana Farm Bureau Fall Creek Pavilion. And so steel is going up on a brand new building while this great event, the great Indiana State Fair, is happening. And really happy people seem to be in great spirits and just enjoying their state fair. As you look around the property, you'll see that people want to be with their families and their friends. Perfect place to do that. Just go back to some semblance of what they've always known and loved, and it's kind of back to normal. This is a historic institution, 250 acres in the center of Indianapolis. This generates over $200 million in direct impact. And the fair itself is about $35 million in direct impact. So this institution also is responsible for generating over 1,100 jobs because of this place and this event and events that happen here throughout the year. So its stature is significant as it gives back to the economy. Most of the vendors that are here, concessionaires and then vendors that are in the Ag Court building this year, they're for the most part local. They're from southern Indiana to northern Indiana. Now, yes, we sprinkle in a couple that are from other states, but for the most part, this is small Indiana businesses that are represented here during the State Fair. We're really proud of that. You can see it throughout the complex when you come here. I think one of the most significant areas in the Ag Court building, there's an area called Indiana Grown, and that is through the Department of Agriculture, and that's small Indiana businesses that are tied into agriculture. Again, the concessionaires throughout the fairgrounds, a lot of those are local. One of significance is a woman-owned business, Monica Urich. She operates the stand that is right behind me. She operates the wine and beer garden, the tap room, the backyard, which is a brand new area. So not only does she do that during the State Fair, but then she operates our concessions and buildings throughout the campus year round. She has developed a business, started at local, started at small up in Carmel, and is now at this institution, and really important for us to thrive with a woman-owned business. Our staff itself is made up of 50% are African American, 50% Caucasian. We work really hard to make sure that this place is a mix of urban and rural, so it's open for and welcoming for all. So we train to that, we speak to it. It also, from a diversity standpoint, from our fair board and commission, it's also a diverse group of people. The property itself, when you think about concessions, I would also reference a couple of our concessionaire African Americans. One brand new startup young woman who has it's called Black Leaf Vegan Food. It's on the north side. And she is started out last year was her first year. And it's a lot to be able to handle the amount of customers in these food concession trailers. And so she is learning the business, and what's been really fun and refreshing is the other concessionaires are helping her grow into understanding how to navigate with so many people at her door. This massive Fall Creek Pavilion, thanks to Farm Bureau, that is the title of this building, we'll open it next year. But in our master plan, we have so much more to come. We would love to make it more accessible by eliminating some of the curb cuts that we have out here. We'd like to enhance the fence line so that we're more welcoming for people to come in. We also have plans to renovate the grandstand. We have plans to make some enhancements on the north side and the DNR area, put in more water, put in more just just customer experience areas that people will feel that they are truly valued and really welcomed when they're on the property. And that's really the vision for us going forward, to continue to preserve this historic institution and continue to make it better as we go forward.
We've covered several ways to help you create your own successful business. In our success story, we look for inspiration from one of our community's most successful business owners.
This is Business, Equity, and Opportunities Success Story.
Each week, one of our contributors shares the path that led them to the success they have today. This week, Ashley Scott Martin, CEO of Cerulean Consulting Group, shares her personal path to success.
I think I was born to be an entrepreneur. I really do. I have a memory, and my parents will confirm this, of being 3 or 4 years old and selling rose petals door to door for a quarter. If that tells you anything about the trajectory of my life from that point forward, I think that story is pretty remarkable. Not the whole rose, just one petal. And the fact that I was able to get my neighbors to actually purchase it for a quarter was mind-blowing to me. From there, we go on to not quite Girl Scout cookies, but other goodies like friendship bracelets and different things that I would make. And I just continued to really explore what that exchange meant. I'll never forget, in middle school, I sold chips out of my locker, not only to students, but also to the custodians and staff members. You'd think you'd get in trouble for something like that, but it was just a way for me to explore my natural gift. I have never been a pushy salesperson. I have never even considered myself being an expert in sales, which is very different from PR and marketing. But I later learned that PR is kind of how you manage identity, right? And as I grew in my development professionally, I started to understand that the problems that I was solving and the ways that I was positioning not only myself or the products that I had been involved with as a young employee at the local mall and other places, that mindset was very specific to PR. And marketing provided me the opportunity to reach people in high numbers quickly. So I was as a child, I was also a very empathetic child. I was very much about building community and social justice and helping people overcome all of their problems. And I knew that if I had an idea, or if someone that I believed in had an idea that I wanted to support, I wanted to get the word out about that as quick as I could. And that's how I became attracted to, actually at the time, it was print magazines. That was my favorite method of mass communication. I started to study the way the advertisements were written, the way the stories were written. I started to study the way that the book was laid out, from front to back, with the, certain advertisements being at the front and others being at the back. I started to understand the typeface and font differences and the color schemes and the branding and the events that the publication put on to complement their print publication. All of that was marketing. And at the time I thought, well, I want to be a magazine editor, or I want to be a journalist. I didn't realize that the business of marketing was actually what I was more attracted to. I always tell people everything happens for a reason, and I was able to connect with the individuals on our team. We have over 13 consultants that are around the country who work for Cerulean Consulting Group, several of which are based here in Indianapolis, Indiana. And we connected through past experiences. I had a business in the past called Curly in College, where we help students connect with their natural hair and sense of beauty and identity. And several of the women that I met in that experience wanted to continue working with me to this day. From there, I just continued to attract those who were also interested in telling high quality stories about businesses and products and services here in the Indianapolis area and beyond. And because we had that common interest, because we had that commitment to excellence, because we had that desire to really build community, we were able to grow together and eventually prepared to launch Cerulean Consulting Group pre-pandemic in 2019. When the world shut down, we just hit the ground running, and it was on from there. At Cerulean, we focus strategically on building community. We believe strongly that we're better together, and by helping each other tell their stories and really connect with their audiences, we're able to help them grow. And so I want people to know that marketing is not complicated. A lot of times they overcomplicate things, and it's really simple. It's all about finding your tribe. It's all about finding those who are interested in what you're serving. And so we are simplifying that process for people by providing them access to resources through our graphic design team, our photography team, our videography team, our copywriters. We are a one-stop shop. And so as a full-service marketing and PR firm, we really position individuals to excel. And that's how our commitment to our mission statement, We're Better Together, really was born. It's about helping one another grow.
Our thanks again to all the contributors who joined us for this episode of the Business Equity and Opportunities podcast. We hope you found it enlightening, useful, and inspiring. You'll find more information about the show on our website, BEOshow.com. You can watch Business Equity and Opportunities Sunday mornings at 10 on Wish TV or live stream it through wishtv.com. Each week, we provide 7 full segments with topics ranging from how to get started and how to access capital to the day-to-day running of your business and questions about accounting and bookkeeping. We feature business news and trends and always share a success story from one of our contributors. Join us next time for more insights into the world of small business. Be sure to sign up for our Business Equity and Opportunities newsletter to get even more valuable, up-to-date information. And if you have any questions or you'd like to be part of our show, please email us. The address is beo@wishtv.com. We'd love to hear from you. I'm Scott Sander. Thanks for listening.
Watch the Business Equity and Opportunities show on Wish TV and access all of our content and share it on demand anytime at BEOshow.com. You can find more podcasts from Wish TV on the All Indiana Podcast Network at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.